class, we get to talk about the frog life cycle today. Here's our science reader. So we moved on from insects and we're now talking about frogs. So exciting. I was at the Foothills Park today and we were looking in the pond and we saw some tadpoles right there in the pond. I was hoping to catch them so I could bring them to my house and show you guys how they grow, but I wasn't able to catch them, so hopefully next time. Chapter 1, all about frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. It's time to learn all about the lives of frogs. Frogs breathe with their lungs on land. Frogs breathe through their skin underwater. Frogs belong to an animal group called amphibians. This type of animal spends part of its life on land and part in water. Can you think of any other animals that are amphibians? If you're not sure, you can look it up with an adult. There's a lot of animals that are amphibians. Frog parts: eyes, nostril, ear, skin, and foot. Here is a picture of a frog. Its eyes are on top of its head. This helps the frog see above the water. Its feet are webbed. This helps the frog swim. So webbed means it's got this little piece of skin in between its toes. Helps it swim faster. Frogs have big eyes. Frogs have webbed feet. But frogs do not start out looking this way. Keep reading to learn about their fantastic life cycle. Chapter 2, Egg to Tadpole. A frog begins its life inside an egg. Female frogs lay eggs in the water. Some lay 4,000 eggs at a time. A frog egg looks like this close up. So you can see it's like a little piece of jelly almost. And then there's the little baby inside. After a few weeks, the eggs hatch. Out swim tiny tadpoles. A tadpole does not look like a frog at all. It has a long tail and no legs. A newborn tadpole looks like this. Pretty cool. The tadpole cannot leave the water. It behaves kind of like a fish. It breathes through its gills. Fish, clams, and tadpoles all have gills. So there's our tadpole. Pretty cool. The tiny tadpole gets bigger and bigger. When it's about 7 weeks old, it grows little back legs. Teeny tiny little back legs, but it still has its tail, right? But the tail's looking different. Looks different than it once did. As the tadpole grows, its lungs also grow. Lungs will help it to breathe air. So it doesn't have lungs right away. Froglet to frog. The tadpole changes a little each day. When it's about 10 weeks old, it grows tiny front legs. This is the front leg. See, it still has a what? Tail. Is it starting to look more and more like a frog now? Absolutely. After about 3 months, the tadpole turns into something called a froglet. It looks a lot like a frog, but it still has a tail. Every day the tail gets a little smaller. This older froglet has a very small tail, almost like just like a little bump on the back. One day the tail is all gone. Wow! About 4 months after hatching, the froglet is finally a grown-up frog. A frog's skin looks like this close up. Hop, hop, hop. Now the frog is ready to live on land as well as in the water. A frog can jump 20 times the length of its body. That's a big jump. All right, I want everybody to get up right now. Try to jump like a frog. Big jumps. Higher jumps. Good job. Life cycle review. Day 1, a female frog lays an egg in the water. After 2 weeks, the tadpole hatches and it grows and changes. After 3 months, a tadpole turns into a little froglet. And after 4 months, a froglet turns into a grown-up frog. Fast fact, frogs like this can live to be about 10 years old. A frog's life cycle lasts about 4 months. Do you remember the 4 main parts? Take a peek. All grown up. Frogs come in all different sizes. Some are as small as crickets. Others are as big as cats. This is called a Goliath frog. Look how big that frog is. I have never seen a frog that big before. That looks like maybe it's at a different part in the world. Don't think we'd find a frog like that around here. There's also tree frogs, a tomato frog. Why do you think they call it a tomato frog? I think because it's color and it's also very round. A golden leaf folding frog. Oh, he looks cool. And a poison dart frog. Look how bright blue that is. Pretty cool. Why do you think he's that color? To scare away predators so that he doesn't get eaten. They see that bright color and they say, I'm not eating you. No, thank you. All right. Frogs come in lots of colors too. Many are green, but others are red, yellow, and even bright blue. There are even flying frogs. Look at this one. Doesn't look real, does it? Well, sort of. They leap from trees and glide to the ground so smoothly it looks like they're flying. There are 4,000 different kinds of frogs in the world. This one's called a Wallace flying frog. Makes me think of Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, where they say, he can't fly, he's just falling with style. Looks like he is as well. Lots of frogs make noises. Some males puff up their throats like balloons. Then they sing, croak, croak, croak. This is called a vocal sac. All right, everybody, make your best frog noise. I want to hear it. Nice job. All right. Male frogs use their singing to find female frogs. When they meet, the whole life cycle can begin all over again. Female frogs are usually bigger than male frogs. All right, here's our glossary. Remember, at the end of a nonfiction book, they give us a glossary. It tells us all the important words. Amphibian, a type of animal, including frogs and salamanders that lives on land and in water. A froglet is a young frog that still has a tail. Gills are the part of the body, organs that get oxygen from water. Glide, to move smoothly and easily. Lungs, an organ used by animals and people to breathe. Tadpole, a young frog, also known as a pollywog. I love that word. A vocal sac is the loose skin under the frog's throat. And webbed toes connected by folds of skin. Very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the frog's life cycle.